Some of you who have this deep awareness that God is calling you in to do kingdom work sometimes get weary, sometimes get frustrated, and sometimes you want to give up. And that's normal. You're not doing anything wrong, right? It's a normal part of the process. Sometimes we do get tired. And when we get tired, that means that it's time to get silent and go spend some time with the Father. This is the thing, when you're working in the kingdom, things are not just going to come easy because one, God has to make sure that he can trust you to stand, that you have a power within you, that you have his word inside of you, that you are able to face some of the giants that you are going to face. He needs to know that you're able to withstand when the challenges come, because the challenges are going to come. I know you want everything right now. God, I've been waiting. It's been a long time, but it takes time. There is a process. This is not like going to your 9 to 5, get your training and you on the job, right? Okay, this is not a 3 week training. This is not a 90-day training. This is something that when God is calling you into kingdom work, this is about him being able to trust you to do certain things, to handle big tasks, to be able to speak power into your life. God is teaching you sometime in this time of preparation how to pray and how to claim authority over your life, because listen, when you're doing God's work, the giants are going to come because people see the light within you, and they always going to try to prick you and prod you and trigger you. And that's even allowed in the kingdom. So we don't get a chance to just, okay, I'm doing kingdom work and all of that, and we think that everything is going to be perfect, everything is going to be glorious. We're going through many initiations with the Father. You know, sometime we may go through a season where our trust is really being ignited, really being pruned. There will be seasons of silence where God is just really silent. That if silent, it doesn't mean that he's gone anywhere. It just may mean that he's silent. Sometimes you need to come into the silence too. And sometimes he's saying, I have given you the tools. You and I have been speaking. I've been teaching you. I've been showing you. Now you have to go trust yourself. And God is also have to see how he can trust you. And then if you need a little bit more training, a little bit more lessons, a little bit more teaching, then he will do that. But this process of kingdom work, I'm telling you, is not something that happens overnight. I know you want all of your things to show up right now, all of your tools, and you ready to go. You're ready to go and do the work. Like, come on, coach, put me in. I'm ready. I understand all of the Psalms. I understand what happened in Exodus, and I know what it's like. I know I have to pray every day and, gird my loins and put on my breastplate and all of those things. And all of those things are beautiful. There's so many components to being in the work that God is settling inside of our responsibility, inside of our care, inside of our hands, right? These are souls that God is bringing to us. Our calling is very serious, intentional work. There will be times where God will say, I'm going to need you to go offline and work on this project for 2 weeks. But if you are easily distracted, and I used to fight with this. I had an issue with this. I would be working on a project, and every 10 minutes I got to look at my phone. I got to see what's going on Instagram. I got to see what's going on TikTok. I got to pretend like I got to change my music and all of those things. And it was moments like that where I had to observe myself when God was actually trying to teach me some discipline. If he's saying, Korresha, I want you to work on a course, right? When God gives you an assignment like that, it's going to take time. It requires your discipline. It requires you creating new habits, everything. It requires new patterns, new daily patterns. If you like to getting up at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning, God is probably going to require that you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get your meditation done, get your reading done, all of that, right? But sometimes many of us have a hard time. So when he has to give us big projects, when you're working on the assignments that he's calling you to work on, but you can't even hold your attention 5 minutes, that's where the problem lies. So sometimes we have to come into this deeper awareness that I have some work to do, right? I have some inner work that I need to do. I do need to get more discipline. I do need to learn how to not be distracted when I'm working on something. So, in the moments where you're getting weary and you feel yourself getting impatient, rest, take some breaths. It is normal. We all experience it. It doesn't matter how long we've been in this work, it doesn't matter how long we've been on the journey. We're still human beings. But I want to stop by today to encourage you to take the breaks that you need to take when you need to take them, and to realize that you're not doing anything wrong. It's just a really good time to sit in self-reflection and observe, what is it that's really going on? Where's your impatience coming from? Do you actually need some comforting? Maybe you need to spend some time with friends. Maybe you need to just kind of take a bath or take a walk or something like that, because you have to find ways to make sure that you are replenished when you are in, some time isolation, or when you're in that waiting period, right? We don't want to be waiting and tapping our fingers like, okay, when is the thing going to happen? But being in the waiting season, just being, allowing yourself to enjoy life, because God knows the appointed time. He knows the appointed time. When the time is, then everything will show up. I love you, everybody, and have a great evening. Bye.